it'll settle down, but happy-go-lucky Vic is slowly going bye-bye.
Well, you feel the most because you're here. You're not actually going back.
I don't go in here.
Yeah, this is your place.
I just get to watch everybody leave.
Yeah.
I hate
It's kind of lame.
That's horrible.
He lives here too.
Yep.
Howdy.
You're not sure hands, right, when you try? Or you might.
I want to do that. I want to do it all.
Just, I don't know. I'll be cool. Just get to him from time to time.
Oh, you huggle.
Oh, I have a question for you. I'm gonna enter all three of y'all since y'all all friends. So how you like Pittsburgh so far?
Pittsburgh's been a great city. Not only have I felt more accepted here than I have in any other city I've ever been in, but it's just the culture here, the buildings, the scenery. It's just the feel of this city. It's been something that I think I needed in my life, especially coming from Miami. This change is exactly what was necessary. And I'm so glad I made it.
See, what about you, Vandal?
What about it? What was the question?
What did you think about the city coming here for the 2015 Anthrocon?
Well, I think that Pittsburgh is definitely a nice city. It reminds me of Lower Manhattan, with all its windy roads. Disorganization of the roadways, yeah, it reminds me of Lower Manhattan. Pretty relaxed city. I mean, I'm from Philadelphia, so I'm a much busier city. And it's kind of nice to see a city that's, a little bit laid back. Everybody's chill, everybody's polite. That's always a nice thing.
You need help.
I'm trying to think. Good place. I mean, it's pretty cool. I mean, Philly will always have my heart, but Pittsburgh's cool too. Hey, it's got a thumbs up for my book.
So, what's your opinion on this Anthrocon? This year's Anthrocon. Is it better this year than it was last year?
Well, this is my first time.
Excuse me, boss. You have a text message.
Got that.
That was awesome.
Yeah, this is my first AC. I've never actually been in Anthrocon before, so it's really cool meeting people that you see online that you never know if you're actually going to meet them or not. And I feel like AC helped me rediscover why I loved the fandom in the first place. I had a real falling out with it, and now I'm kind of reminded why I became a furry.
Nice.
So yeah, I think it's awesome.
So what about you, Kyle?
I mean, I've come from New York City. I lived in Philly for 4 years and I'm back. So, I mean, Philly's my home. I'm all about Philly. But Pittsburgh's nice to come too. Because it's like the second sister of Pennsylvania. And it's a nice change. My heart's always going to be with Philly.
So you've been to here in Pittsburgh 3 times for the Anthrocon?
Yeah, this is my third one.
So do you think this year's better than it was last year?
Yes and no. A lot more people are here this year. It's been great to be able to run into more people this year. But in terms of the activities, like the dealer's room, for example, it's kind of sparse this year. I'd like it to be more people. Like last year, I just felt it was like there's a lot more shops happening. So in some ways, I think things have gotten better, and in other ways, things have kind of gone down. But that's every year. There's always waves. So it'll probably be even completely different next year.
Yo.
Hi, Bucktown.
What's up?
They're still doing their voice acting. They're doing their voice acting panel.
So how was your when y'all was down here for the whole 3 days? What did y'all see that was interested y'all to go out to eat or explore?
Well, I mean, when I came here last year and the year before, we did Joe's Crab Shack across the bridge. That was awesome. As far as downtown, a couple bars around here are awesome, but that kind of for downtown wise, it kind of ends in the few small blocks around this area. After that, it kind of gets closed, everything just kind of shuts down for the night. So, but That's what I would say. My favorite part was like the couple blocks right here. The varsity is pretty fun. What's that beeping?
Sorry, that was my Facebook Messenger. Yeah.
It's a punctuation in every one of your sentences. Because you're that awesome.
It's like typewriting my words.
Every time he says that, it's gonna be a question mark. Okay, I'm gonna videotape Vandal right here on his phone. Never mind.
He's like, excuse me.
Excuse me, I'm sorry. You're looking at me. So Vandal, so how was the restaurants that you went to along with Nick? I mean Kyle. Sorry.
Well, we went to Fernando's. That was a lot of fun. They gave us dog bowls for plates.
They gave us dog bowls.
We went to the place in the Westin over there. They were pretty good. And then we went with Vic over here to pancake place over in what was the name of that town?
It was over by Green Tree. We went over to the original pancake house.
Yeah, over by Green Tree. And it was delicious. That was the best stuff in the world.
Cinnamon apple pancake.
So yeah, I mean, it just sucks that at a certain time of the night, I noticed that in this city, everything seems to close down at 9, 9:30. And, you know, coming from Philadelphia to New York, shit's open all night. So, I had, you know what I mean? I had to get used to that.
Yeah, that's why down here kind of got a little boring. Like,
Yeah, at night it definitely dies down, the city, yeah. I'm, you know, coming from, once again, to Philadelphia, New York, everything like that, it's like, it's obviously a lot different. You know what I mean? Everything over there is much more active.
what about you, Kyle? You think the same way?
Same thing. There's no steroids here. Like over on the east side, everyone's just always on.
But you know what, that whole calmness that Pittsburgh has, there's nothing wrong with that. That's actually, it's nice in its own way.
It's nice for humans to feel calm once in a while.
Yeah, it really is. It's actually really, it's a really pleasant feeling sometimes to feel that calmness.
So while y'all was down here, y'all check any malls out? Like walk around through the town?
I mean, we did a little exploring, not much. We're mostly just kind of been at the con, you know, hung out with Vic at his house and everything like that. So yeah, we didn't really do exploring of the city. Well, I mean, a little bit, but not much.
Within
Nice.
15, 20 minutes.
Yeah, 15-minute walk radius. That's what we explored.
See, through the past week, I would say when I seen y'all downtown, yeah, it kind of died down a little bit. Thursday, I could say it was a little hype while everybody was around the Dollar Bank Hotel.
Thursday was hype, Friday was crazy, and then it just went good. It's just
I think the weekends, I would say the weekends here in Pittsburgh, that's
they're
just,
always there.
yeah, but when it gets close to a weekend, that's where everybody starts partying. That's what I would say.
Yeah, so that's like I said, that's the one thing that's my little gripe about Pittsburgh, is how everything closes down, dies down early. But you know, once again, that calmness to a city, it's kind of nice coming from the big cities of the East Coast. There, it's kind of nice to have that bit of a relaxing break. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So I kind of like that. in a sense.
Question mark.
No, you're getting it.
Yeah. So, I'm gonna interview you now. Since you're since you're Kyle and Vandal's best friend, so what you think so far?
Velocity Radio right here.
Yep, President for Frosty Radio.
Hell yeah, you're looking at him.
Handle all 3 stations, Frosty Radio, Furry FM, and Growl.
This is the genius behind it.
Well, Cody's the genius behind it. I'm just the guy. He's having to do all the legwork. It's all good.
Awesome. Awesome.
But it's fun, you know. I definitely love coming to Anthrocon and getting to see my friends, getting to see people I never get to see throughout the year because I can't travel. You know, so being able to be in a city where not only do the people accept us, not only does everybody actually care, but where it seems to be like a crossroads where everybody, all the furries come to once a year. It's like I look forward to it. It's like it's the highlight of my year every year because it's the best thing that happens. This is the city's best right here.
Pittsburgh needs it.
Most people prefer ways now. We might get him, some like him, Mike.
Come on, you supposed to be their fan. So I want to come on, Robert. You gonna get in this too? Come on. Go ahead, ask them a couple questions and everything. Go ahead. You gonna be in it too, good.
Come on, man.
So what do you think is the best thing about Pittsburgh?
Best thing about Pittsburgh, him.
Oh, now you got me blushing. Alright, I shall continue the interview like this. Oh, man. I think that's the best compliment I've ever had.
Furry love.
It's been a pleasure, dude, meeting you finally, you know what I mean?
Definitely.
It's been an absolute pleasure.
So,
You guys can come over our house and we can cook for you guys next time.
Oh, you bet I'll be down for that. Just name
I'll
it.
whip you guys up something. I'll whip you up some Luther.
ooh, sound delicious.
Sounds amazing. I'm ready for that.
I was gonna say, if you have a heart attack after eating it, at least you know you died happy.
If that's the way I gotta go, then you know what? That's my way. I'm fine with that. Going out by food?
Yeah.
Any other questions?
So, Robert, how you feel about them being in Pittsburgh? Since it's your first time being FurCon.
It's honestly amazing, just the culture, how everybody comes together, nice, peaceful, no fighting, they don't judge. It's pretty nice.
So in other words, you're saying like they're all friendly, like everybody come together as one. They're all friendly. Nobody judges. That everybody talk to each other. There's no hatred. There's no judging. There's no.
You're idiots here and there, but that's like with any other city around the world. Doesn't matter whether it's a big one, small one. You'll always have your jerk-offs. But the thing is, in the vast majority, never have I been in a city where I don't have to be afraid to walk anywhere, where I can be myself. And I can walk around middle of the day in December with my tail on and nobody thinks it's weird. Down in Miami, man, I get comments like, hey man, there's a raccoon sticking out your butt.
Oh my god, I would hate that.
Pittsburgh, I do gotta give it that too, the acceptance of it.
It's complete acceptance. Like, they don't even question it. It's just like, the furries are here, yay!
I would say here's a good example for you. I mean, you know, obviously I'll do fursuit pictures in my hometown, Philadelphia, everything like that, and places around that area. Well, we're strapped when we do that. We have a guard and everything like that. Somebody's holding, you know what I mean? Someone with a handgun, shit like that. We don't need that. And I like that.
Here, you can walk in just about every area, with the exception of obviously the less well-to-do areas.
I like that.
Very much here.
See, and I like that. I like the calmness of the city, that you don't have to be afraid that you need a freaking bodyguard with you everywhere, like we have to do when we do photo shoots in Philadelphia, Allentown, Bethlehem, Reading especially, and places Delaware and stuff like that. And that's always a nice thing too. You know what I mean? That's a very, very nice thing. Not having to be afraid. Great.
Okay, I got like a couple more questions. So y'all both live in, you and Kyle and you, I forgot your name again. Vic, y'all both live in, all three y'all live in Philly, right?
No, I live here in Pittsburgh, but I'm originally from Miami.
Nice.
So this is a huge change for me.
Nice. So, what do you? So for you and Kyle back there, just.
Who is being assaulted by his many friends.
So, what do you think about Philly being different than Pittsburgh?
Well, Philly is a lot bigger. That's one thing about it. Philly is not mountainous at all. It's the birthplace of America. It's got that going for it. And it's, you know, I don't mean to sound like I'm shitting on Pittsburgh, but it's a world-class city. So it's a lot different the way it's seen. You know what I mean? Like this is the city of Pittsburgh in the state of Pennsylvania is just a municipality. Philadelphia is a city of first class, so it's got a lot more going on for it. It's got more businesses there that want to be there for specific purposes and things like that they get as a result. And so yeah, and there's a lot more going on. You know what I mean? it's, I mean, big.
That's the key difference.
So what's the different, like, being in Pittsburgh is different than being living in Philadelphia? Like, what's the fun that's there that's not here? Nightlife.
Philadelphia is known for having one of the strongest nightlifes on the East Coast. I mean, I could tell you what, like, let's say for instance a furrycon in Center City, Philadelphia. Well, at the end of the night here, while everyone's sitting here like, oh, the con's kind of died down for the night, what the hell do I do now? Well, in Philly, your solution would be South Street, Market Street, Chestnut Street, Walnut Street, Frankfurt Avenue. There's just so many different options. There's the Sugar House. There's what's it called? There's the stadium area. There's University City. There's just so much to do that it's nightlife. Like I said, nightlife there is obviously a lot more live. But at the same time, that's also because look what you've got around it, though. You've got New Jersey, Delaware. You've got all of southeastern Pennsylvania. You have you can take a train right from Philadelphia to New York City, so it's more accessible in those regions, while Pittsburgh isn't. Pittsburgh's kind of secluded, you know what I mean? So that probably factors into that kind of stuff.
Sounds excellent. Sounds like Philly is a lot of fun to live in.
You know what? It's home. It's home.
It's about how I felt about Miami.
So hey, Kyle.
All the love in the world for Philly. I love a good greased beef steak and everything like that. But you know what? It is a lot more expensive than Pittsburgh, and that's a negative to it. It's also got I'm trying to think what else. It's a lot more expensive. And you get a lot of people there from like New Jersey and stuff like that are trying to rewrite the laws and bend it to their way, and it's just like they screw it up as a result of that. So you got that to work. Pittsburgh doesn't seem to fall under that kind of stuff. It seems to operate as its own thing.
Oh, Kyle, I wasn't ready to get ready to talk to you. I was letting him finish. So what do you think about Pittsburgh that's different about Philly?
Well, like I said, the nightlife is less intense. In Philly, you've got things coming up at about 8 o'clock, 7 o'clock. Or here, that's kind of when things die down. And don't get me wrong, things die down in Philly too. It's not like New York, but in Philly, there's still a hint of nightlife. At Pittsburgh, it goes to sleep. You can definitely tell it goes to sleep at a certain point, except for like small parts of downtown. And maybe that's just because I haven't checked out enough of the outlying city, but. That's my thing too. I really don't know Pittsburgh as well as I do Philly or New York. So, I'm a bit.
New York's definitely the one that'll change your perception of a place like this.
Yeah. That'll give you a better definition of city as a giant ball of madness.
I was not from a small city. I felt tiny.
New York will make you feel tiny. It makes all of us feel like.
See, that's why they call New York the Big Apple. That's
I'll tell you what about New York. It's a city that you're not going to find any city in this country, and probably any city in this world, that is going to have a skyline quite like Manhattan. As a matter of fact, you're not going to find a city, or let's say a metropolitan region, as populated as the New York statistical region. That includes, the 5 boroughs. That includes the whole portion of New Jersey that's right there. And then you got Westchester County and the tip of the start of Long Island. It's just such an impressive settlement of human civilization. It's insane how large it is and how massive it is and how you could stand on 7th Avenue and you look north and you can't, all you see is buildings. And you don't see the end of those buildings. They just keep going and going and going. And then you turn around and you look behind you, south, and all you see is buildings going and going and going. So you'll never get that in any other city in this country.
Yep.
It's insane.
It feels like no matter which direction you look, all the way to the horizon, it's just buildings.
Hey, Joe Walsh wrote a really good song about that kind of stuff. In a city like New York, it's kind of hard to picture life beyond that horizon.
So Vic, how you feel from living here from Miami?
It is a huge shift. Number one, just the demographic alone in terms of the cultures that are around. I'm used to always having my Cuban culture around me because I'm half Cuban. I'm used to it. There's always been a little bodega down the street where I can get myself a cup of Cuban coffee and some fried steak, you know, enjoy myself some black beans and rice, some fried bananas, anything like that, things that you just don't get up here. And so not only is there that, but I love the traffic difference. That is my biggest thing. I have a fast car. I do not need to be sitting in traffic for 3 hours to go 5 blocks. Alright? I don't need that.
New York and Philly.
Yeah, I was a little exaggerating with Miami. It's not that bad.
Try being in Alabama, Georgia. They got like 6 lanes.
Atlanta's terrible with
Atlanta is
traffic.
terrible.
Atlanta's terrible with traffic.
They got like 6 lanes, and we here in
6
Pittsburgh got
lanes,
like
and it's still blocked.
Yep.
3 of them are still closed off for construction. 1 of them's got an accident, and the other 2 have people who don't know how to merge. That's all it is.
Sounds like 95 South in the morning heading into Central Philly.
Oh god, that's 95 South heading into Central.
you could say that again.
And that is actually the scariest road in Miami. That's where most people die, is I-95 cutting through Miami.
Philadelphia is the same way, yo. In Philly, all the roadway fatalities are in the same place. 95 South. Not 95 North, 95 South.
It's always south. North, everybody seems to know what they're doing. Going south, everybody goes crazy.
Everybody's trying to cram their asses into the city as much as they can. That's insane.
Absolutely. I mean, another thing that's got to be different is, as I mentioned before, is the atmosphere. Down in Miami, you're not accepted for being who you are. You're accepted if you're part of the crowd. You have to fit in. You have to be a part. You have to look the look, walk the walk, act the act, talk the talk. You got to be a part of it. If you're even slightly deviant off that, you are considered useless in the eyes of everybody there. They won't look at you if you're under a certain attraction level. They won't. You don't talk to people on the streets. That doesn't happen. Somebody comes up and says hello to you. You're ready in case they might pull out a knife or a gun or something, because anything can happen. You don't trust anybody. There's no connection. There's no humanity left down in Miami. Up here, I feel it. I've never lived up north before, but if the rest of it is anything like this, I definitely need to leave. It's the best city I've ever been in, period, even visiting.
Awesome. So, y'all seem like you two seem like very good friends. So how did y'all actually meet?
Well, we actually just met at this time.
Yeah, we met just a couple days ago. I actually first met Kyle before anybody else, and that was simply because I stumbled across his music. And this is before I even worked for Ferocity Radio. This was way back, like 3 years ago. 3 years ago was when I first discovered Nice's music, right after his concert, right after he first came here. And I started following his music, started with Pause to the Wall, as this always tends to, and still my favorite song. It just continued on, and I finally got up the nerve to try to befriend him, rather than just look at him as a potential music colleague. Met him here in Anthrocon, met Cody from Ferocity Radio, we all hung out, got drunk. Next thing I know, I'm working for Ferocity Radio, I've got a great friend in him, and now I've got a great friend in him. And let's see, I addicted him last year when I first brought him over to my house to have my mates cooking. That's the only thing, apparently that's the only thing he talked about Pittsburgh this entire year between last year and now.
Yeah, because I came over here, when they took me to their house, they were
He was like, oh, it's the dumpling guy.
I'll tell you what, I mean, I'm fucking absolutely glad I met this guy. He's fucking awesome. Good guy. Great guy.
So when you met him, like, what did you think about Vandal at first?
I thought he was a very stoic and hard-souled individual because he had that kind of stance about him. And that seems to be the general consensus when it comes to him when people first meet him. They tend to be like, oh, he looks like somebody who's very intense and may not be somebody that you'd want to joke around with too much because I'm afraid he might try to whip my ass.
And he said that before.
But literally the moment I shook his hand, I could tell that he was not that type of person. And when he came over to my place and we all got settled in and started eating, I brought up the subject of cars. And that was it. That was it. It just went off from there, and I've finally got to meet the vandal behind the I'm not sure who you are and how I can be with you yet. So definitely enjoyed it.
So what do you think about Kyle?
Kyle was kind of the same way, but opposite. Like, you saw him and you thought that he was more likely to come and attack you with a hug rather than stand away from you. Yeah, you look like the muscle. He looks like the hugs. That's what
It's
that
funny
is.
because physically speaking, I have a lot less muscle than Kyle.
And yet he looks like he's the badass of the group.
The badass cat.
Right? But no, with Kyle, it was like, he seemed, I'm not gonna lie, he seemed rushed when I first met him. But anytime you come to a con, especially the first day or two, when people are trying to pull you in a million different directions, people you're trying to get to see before time runs out, before they have to leave or something like that, your schedule gets so packed. Like, I was able to look past his busyness and get to know him, and I'm ever the more grateful that I did, because I don't think my life would be as funny without him and now it's a great one. Wouldn't trade these guys for anything.
We have a best friend living all the way across the same state.
I plan on driving over there, hopefully within a few months for sure. I want to have
You're
something.
more than welcome over.
I'll be there, and I'll be bringing my baby boy.
Absolutely, dude. It's been a good convention.
Great convention. Never would have thought that it would have gotten to this point. It's wonderful.
No, it's funny too, because before I came to NIIC, I never wanted to come to NIIC.
So I have one question. When y'all came here this year for the 2015 Anthrocon, when y'all performed yesterday, how did y'all feel about the crowd? Like, how was the crowd was going?
I thought the crowd was awesome. I mean, they really made the show. And I'm not saying that trying to be like
They
one of
really
those typical
did.
people. It's like, oh no, it's you, the audience, that made it. It's like, no, you really fucking made it. Because
Like,
the thing
they
is-
jumped up and became a part of it.
The thing is that, you see, when we run a show, you know what I mean, the three of us, it's like, we're not trying to do like a performance, you know what I mean? We want to party. That's what we want to do, you know what I mean? And the crowd, they realized after a while, like, that's what we wanted. We wanted to party. And they got up.
You sound like a raver cat.
They were throwing the beach balls around, and people were pegging each other with balloons, and it was just a
And then at the end, it became a massive balloon stab fest to
It
clean
did,
up.
I remember. The first thing I do remember is when I seen you while he was singing. Then y'all was like doing like skits before y'all was singing. That's the main reason I like about y'all too. Then he was just sitting in the corner.
Yeah, I had to go over there.
I was sitting on it. I don't know if you saw, I was messing with lasers.
I did. He had to go to the first part when he was going over in the corner to get you. He said, "Come on, why you sitting down?"
Because he did. I don't think he noticed that that's what I was doing. I looked like I was sitting down bored.
He looked like
I
he
looked like I was
bored.
just like, well, they're having fun.
So I went over there.
But I was zoned out on the laser. I was like doing crazy things, singing it up with the music, spinning it. I mean, I was going nuts. And when he pulled me up, I'm like, okay, well, screw the laser. Now I'm part of the show. I'm gonna go all out.
Dude, he was having a blast too.
Oh man, I love being on stage. It's where I feel at home. Always have.
It's a lot of fun. It really is a lot of fun. But it's even more fun when everybody gets involved. You know what I mean? We don't want to be, like, you know what I mean? The three of us don't want to be up there just doing a show like that, like a performance. We just want everybody to have fun with you. Dance, sing, have fun. Peg each other with beach balls.
Yes.
Grab the singer and dance with him. You know,
Break the
while-
beach balls even, like they did to one of them, which was still awesome because then I got to do that for like 30 minutes. I was bopping people with it. I was like,
And then, you know, it was just great. It really was. It felt like it. And then after the show, a lot of people hung around and just chilling and having, you know what I mean, and social and everything like that. It was great.
That's what I love seeing.
I love seeing stuff like that.
So when y'all do shows, when you and Kyle do shows or perform, how do y'all like warm up before y'all go out and sing and do y'all skits and?
That's a thing.
Let's be real. I'll be honest. Look, very rarely do we get to rehearse or even do a mic check before a show. A lot of the times, something happens that prevents us from doing anything prior. For example, at this one, the convention, I guess scheduling, misprinted some stuff and everything like that. So the panel that was before us was running like, you know, really late too, and we didn't get a chance to check our mic, anything. So we literally just went in there and winged it.
Got things ready and then just jumped up and
Plugged
started.
everything in, put the props up, and said, "Let's do this."
All within a matter of what, 10 minutes?
And most performers take at least an hour to set up, and we
We had a couple glitches here and there, but they were fixed really quick.
Technical issues.
They always happen. Something doesn't fit with something else.
Hey, but you know the crowd loves. Even though it's still technical issues, y'all still did the skits like amazing. I was like this. I was
I still
the.
think y'all's been that song. It was just the most adorable thing I'd ever seen.
Oh, what, when he started singing to me?
Yeah.
Oh,
It's
God.
just adorable.
That was
It was not as adorable when I saw his YouTube page.
Oh God, when he was sitting on the couch and he was playing. Oh, that just melted me. You see, I would love to do something like that with my mate, but I have a feeling that he would never allow himself to be recorded if I did something like that.
Yeah, but you know, there's
Like you know how some people do feel insecure when it comes to social media,
I won't
because
take a picture of myself without a shirt on. I refuse to. Ever.
see me is a whole different story.
You
So
won't
because
take a
people.
picture with a shirt on.
I'll take a picture. I'll take a picture because look, every time somebody look at me, see, as right now I'm still slim because when I used to work out, I used to be bulky. I used to have everything.
I can tell you've got definition just based on right here on your forearms. I can tell that you've got some nice definition going in your.
oh yeah.
I had everything. I had the arms, the chest, the abs.
I
Had
was
everything.
265 pounds with a 48-inch waist.
Oh my god.
Yeah, so even though I look all nice and neat and trim, there's still some excess baggage right there, and I don't like showing it off.
See me. I'm very like I'm not always active, but you see me. I don't look like as much as like you say. I'm slim, but I'm lazy. I sit around. I'm not always active.
Yeah, I mean, I'm usually, it's mostly due to health conditions and stuff, but I'm usually sit down a lot. So I'm not
I'm a
very
gamer.
active.
All we do is sit down.
Oh, a gamer, nice. That's so me.
Everything from Skyrim, GTA, Portal, you name it, I'm
I
freaking
love
on it.
Skyrim.
Skyrim is the shit, especially when you mod that bitch.
I was never that low.
Oh, I have found some things that are both awesome and disturbing. I shall show you one day. Hey, I gotta wreck some people's minds one way or another.
Fuck it.
Everybody finds out that their brain can get a little bit more twisted once they meet Vic. Oh, you think you've seen everything? How about this?
While we're on the video game subject, have you ever played Final Fantasy?
Hell yeah, it's my favorite video
7?
game series of all time.
7?
Which
7
is
is my favorite when it comes to the story. However, my favorite Final Fantasy is 8, simply because of the character cast. The best, most fleshed out character cast that has ever existed.
I have to agree on that one.
They actually
How do you feel? How do you feel about the new remake they're making?
Oh, I'm ready for that. I got a gamergasm right the moment I saw
See,
it.
that's honestly the only reason I'm buying a new PlayStation. Is
He's
for that
stoked
game.
too. We were talking about it
Can't wait for
actually.
that game to come out.
See, my brother is a walking strategy guy. First game he's ever played when he was like 8.
get around here, get y'all in there.
Since. You ask him any question, he'll tell you exactly